Now at this time, it's with great anticipation that I once again would like to introduce the Honorable Hajiya Amina Namadi Sambo. She is a highly educated, successful business leader and the founder of the NGO I Care Women and Youth Initiative, helping develop IT skills, finance startup businesses, deliver health care, and build HIV/AIDS awareness. Her projects have included sanitation, distributing insecticide-treated nets to families, we saw those nets in the video today, and encouraging education for girls and protection of women from violence. Wife of Nigeria's Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo, she is a mother to 6 children and has received recognition for her public service both nationally and internationally. She's going to tell a little bit more about her passion towards an ethic of compassion and cooperation and women in leadership. So we thank you, we welcome you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the 2 speakers that have preceded before me for their excellent and explicit speech. My task is quite simple, it's just to give my own view politically on the theme of this Global Women Convention. It is my pleasure again to meet and interact with you after the fruitful sessions in Abuja during the Global Peace Foundation Conference and the plenary session earlier today. This session is a special one in the sense that we are discussing issues that are pertinent to the unity and continuous interactions between different families, communities, and nations, so as to further promote sustainable peace. This forum is timely, and I appreciate the opportunity granted to me and my delegation to listen to experts and also speak on the role of women in peace building through our natural abilities. I believe, therefore, that our convergence here today is to further voice out, aggregate, and exhibit the various roles that women keep playing and should play as major stakeholders in entrenching the habit of caring for others and supporting one another. That is showing their compassion. As women, we are naturally endowed with feelings of empathy for others, which motivates our desire to help. That is what compassion is all about. Therefore, the theme for this evening's discussion, which is towards an ethic of compassion and cooperation, is natural to us women. All we need to do is to discuss how to channel our attributes or qualities to foster cooperation among the diverse people of the world and introduce a new paradigm of peace. Women have done it before, and in many parts of the world, we can and must do it again. This time to make it a universal tool that will be handy at all times. Mother Teresa of blessed memory once said, and I quote, "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other." End of quote. The family is the basic tool for peace. Here, she means cooperation or supporting one another is fundamental to peace. If we are there for one another at all times, it becomes an ethic and it becomes a habit. The role of women in peace building has attracted international attention over the years. It appears there is a widespread rationalization that there cannot be a more peaceful world without women. They should be allowed to participate in peace building and conflict resolution. International instruments, including the UN Security Council resolutions 1325, 1820, 1888, and 1889 have mandated women's active participation and involvement in peace and security at all levels and sectors, both formal and informal. The United Nations Security Resolution 1325, unanimously adopted in October 2000, acknowledged that civilians, particularly women and children, are mostly the victims of armed conflict and recommended mainstreaming of gender perspective into peacekeeping operations. Towards realizing this, the resolution called for institutionalization, the participation of women in peace building and the reconstruction. According to the 2002 Uniform Report entitled Women, War and Peace, peace agreements and reconstruction work are better when women are involved in the building process. The report argued that bringing women to the peace table improves the quality of agreements reached, and it enhances the chances that they will be implemented. However, the report emphasized that women's participation in peace building to be effective, a critical mass of women was needed rather than representation, hence a minimum of 30% was recommended. A society that neglects the contribution of its women folk in all aspects of life, including peace building and conflict resolution, slows down its development. And I'm quite sure you have seen women are being challenged to hold key positions in governance, and when given the chance, they perform much more better than their male counterparts. I guess it's a support, it's a fact. A society that neglects the contribution of its women folk in all aspects of life, including peace building, slows down. I'm repeating that. The traditional belief that the place of the woman is only in the home front, playing multiple roles as a housewife, mother, and caregiver, is a hindrance to women's participation in development, in governance, and in peace building. If the woman is excluded from decision-making in the family or in the society, her voice cannot be heard. Unfortunately, while women are performing their multiple roles at home or in the public life where that is allowed, men through their activities deliberately or inadvertently minimize peace or create crises with women and children as the greatest casualties. Another barrier to women's participation in peace building is the twin problem of poverty and inequality. Women already have a heavy workload occasioned by their homework and sometimes outside the home to generate income. Thus, they hardly had time to get involved in peacekeeping and conflict resolution. Here I want to say that women should complement the men. We are not saying women should stay out of the home completely. They have a God-given role to be mothers, and I think it's the most important role ever in the world, to be a woman and to be a mother. So we cannot neglect the home front. It is a duty on us to see that we have a happy and healthy family. So the men, we are not saying will take over. Needless to say, that over the years, events have shown that men's efforts at building peace are inadequate. It has been observed that in cases where women are not included in making initiative, that is, in taking decisions, we want women to be on the table when decisions are taken. They need to contribute, and they will see to it that it is being implemented, because that is the greatest sign of being a compassionate woman. Therefore, it behoves on our governments and people to allow women to come out of the obscure positions that tradition and discriminatory policies have relegated them to, and begin to use their God-given potentials to wage peace as against war and conflicts that we see in different parts of the world today is not what we like. Women as mothers of all will usually take care of the interests of everybody, are more likely to rise above selfish interests. Therefore, for sustainable peace, both men and women should be included in peace building. That is what I'm saying. We are not selfish. We want to come together. The 14-year, I want to share this with you. This is a fact, and I hope the women that are here will go back to their countries and implement or see to it that they support this change. This is what happened in Liberia. The 14-year-old war in Liberia was brought to an end with the active participation of Liberian women, whose actions led to an agreement during the salt field stocks in Ghana. They sat outside the presidential palace, blocking all doors and windows, and preventing anyone from leaving the venue until there was a resolution. Women of Liberia Mass Action for Peace first started with thousands of Liberian women. They were praying and singing in a fish market daily. This is to say that prayers is an essential factor for peace. They pray, they dance, they sing. I'm quite aware that most African women like to sing and dance. And when they sing songs that have meaning and will be sending messages. And that really helped the resolution to take place in Liberia. Their protest was non-violent. Women do not like violence. And actually credited with putting pressure on the former president, Charles Taylor, to attend the eventual peace talks in Ghana, thanks to the women of Liberia. That was women's power in action. Yeah. I know you believe in that. And it is a good example to emulate. It has been said, essentially, if there is going to be a peace negotiated well in this world, women have to be at the table. I cannot disagree with the statement. Since the importance of women in building sustainable peace in the world can no longer be overlooked, it is necessary for the society to create an enabling environment in the family and society for women to be able to perform their roles as natural peace builders and peacemakers. Peace starts from ourselves. If we have inner peace, we will inculcate our children to be peaceful. We will advocate for peace with our neighbors, the community, and eventually the nation. And what we're doing now is we are advocating globally. Meetings are held in places of worship and at other fora by women as mothers, wives, and sisters, appealing to their children, their husbands, and brothers to embrace peace. This is something also we have been doing in our nation, where we believe places of worship are places for change. And so we believe the message will go there. Part of the objectives of my NGO, I Care Women and Youth Initiative, is to mobilize and increase women's participation in decision-making from family unit to the larger society. I believe that God has endowed women with unique qualities that are needed for peace building. Women are more honest, more forthright, more empathetic, calmer, more patient, and very compassionate. These are unique qualities that facilitate peace building and conflict resolution. I Care Women and Youth Initiation has been working with women in local communities in northern Nigeria to work for peace in their homes and in their communities, knowing that the family is the nucleus of the society. Countries should include in their national constitutions the affirmative action principle that will ensure in particular that a critical mass of women are in their parliaments. And I want to thank our President, Dr. Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, for being a gender-friendly president. We have a lot of women in his cabinets and they are holding key positions. We have Minister of Petroleum, Minister of Aviation, Minister of IT, and a lot of them. So we want to thank him. And we once had a Minister of Education who was just recently removed. Economic empowerment of women is key to ensuring their greater participation in peace building and conflict resolution. It is believed that women who are more likely to utilize their resources for the family rather than for their personal benefit. We believe if a woman is economically empowered, she will support the family more than the men. We want to thank the men. We know a lot of them do support us. We are not saying they are not doing well. But due to the compassionate nature of women, all we get is either for our children, our husbands, or our immediate family. So that is why IKEA Women Initiation has taken the bull by the horn to see that we empower women by giving them enough skills, by supporting them with grants and funds to start up small businesses and to be self-reliant. The world cannot continue to undervalue and underutilize the contributions of women to global peace. Sustainable peace building can be achieved in the natural abilities of women. We are appreciated, encouraged, and exploited by the society sometimes. Women are important stakeholders in ensuring that peace reigns in the world. We cannot afford to be bystanders. We must become peace activists. We must work in compassion and cooperate wherever we find ourselves to make significant impact in achieving sustainable peace in the world, starting from ourselves, just like I said, and our homes. In conflict situations, the actors and the combatants are usually our husbands, fathers, our children, and other relations. And we are the most negatively affected. We therefore cannot afford to keep quiet. As said by the Irish political philosopher Edmund Burke, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing, good women to do something. Great things start small, so goes the saying. We should not look at our number in this room. We should rather look at what impact each one of us can make to advance this cause in our countries from what we are learning today. We should promote the slogan, one family, under God. Love and compassion, according to Dalai Lama, are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. We should therefore not allow humanity to suffer. We have to explore ways of impacting the ideas of compassion and cooperation to people we come across. Like I did during the Global Peace Leadership Conference in our country, I will depart with this quotation, one by Robert Fulham. Peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. I would also like to narrate this hadith of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, when he said, "Be like the bee. Anything it eats is clean. Anything it drops is sweet. And the branch it sits on does not break." May Allah make us as compassionate as the bee. May we live in a clean, sweet, and harmless world. I thank you most sincerely.
Wow, what a team she makes with her husband. You can see why he is the vice president of Nigeria. They make a very powerful team, and I'd like to see women that work side by side with their husbands. And that's a whole nother topic maybe for next year, because as I look around this room, there's many women I know that are in this room that are part of GPW and GPC, and we are very strong partners with our husbands. And we attend these meetings together, and it's so very important to work as a team. Thank you for reminding us that as women, we cannot afford to be bystanders. We have to get involved. For those of you that are young women, I hope you found this a passionate call to go out there and to find a peace-building vocation. What impact can you make in your country?